let them.
Yeah.
Let them be in their lane.
Let them.
Let them say love you after 5 minutes. If that works for them, it works for them.
Welcome to Love Island the morning after. We are only just getting over last night's brutal dumping. I'm Indiyah Polack.
And I'm Amy Hart, and we're joined once again by the wonderful Ali and G.
Yay.
Girls,
Yay.
what did you think of last night's episode?
That dumping was what people were wet. There were mics that were being put on. It was so sudden.
Savage.
Yeah.
Eau de sauvage. Yeah.
It was, yeah. So not quite recovered, Amy, to be honest. No.
Were you surprised with the top and the bottom couple? Obviously, top was Sean and Lucinda, bottom was Helena and Carrington.
Shocked. Jaw on the floor, I was. I had to, inhale breath sharply. I was just, honestly... Sean and Lucinda, my God, nation's favourite, is it?
I was more shocked about the bottom because I was really starting to get a vibe from Helena and Carrington. Like, they felt to me like they were coming towards being an actual couple. I wasn't shocked. I was really shocked.
I just think, like, with them... No defamation, but no one's really, like, invested in them.
Yeah, I was going to say, so when you're scrolling through the app, like you as in the random viewer, the man on the street, when you're scrolling through the app, I think a lot of people have had like longer journeys or maybe at the more forefront of our mind, have more drama. People have strong alliances. And I think although Lucinda and Sean were the top couple, I was very surprised that Belle and Harrison weren't the bottom couple after everything. But that's because they're going to be like, I must vote for Belle and Harrison.
I agree.
People that love Tommy, despite what's happened with Jessy this week, I must vote for Tommy. Was the Helena and Carrington, it's like, oh yeah, I really like them. But do I like them enough to like, go?
You've not got that strong pull towards one of them. Yeah.
Also, I do think like Jessy, she is flying on Tommy's coattails here. People are voting for Tommy, in my opinion. Maybe not Tommy and Jessy. They just love Tommy. So, I mean, slay for Jessy.
So that's why it wasn't a newer couple that was in the bottom.
Yeah. Sean and Lucinda could be in a bit of a tricky position though, because we've seen it before, especially on Whitney's series. Her and Lockham were the last people to be sort of announced as the top couple, and they end up coming second. And because people then go, oh, well, they'll be safe. They'll get loads of votes. I'll vote for someone else. So this is your yearly reminder, your bi-yearly actually, twice a year we remind you, you must vote for the people
no
who
one's
actually
safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You must always vote for your favourites, not for who you think you should vote for.
100%. Also, quite a few couples now that are kind of... listen, what terminology are we using? We don't know and we'll get into it.
Exclusive, closed off,
locked
off.
off. Yeah.
Girlfriend, boyfriend.
Buying houses, we don't know. But quite a lot are at that stage now where they're going to come out and they only have eyes for each other.
Yeah.
So they say.
And, just when we thought they took it to the level that it could get to, it took it to another level because Sean said, I love you again. And this time Lucinda replied...
Sissy said it hundreds of times now.
But on this particular occasion, Lucinda did say it back.
I know. Thank God. I mean, thank God. It's a bit awkward to leave someone hanging repeatedly.
Yeah.
Just keep saying, I love me too.
I still love me.
Indiyah knows. Indiyah's just there, even in bed, under the covers. I love me too.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I think it's plain sailing with these guys now. They've got a week left. They enjoy less than a couple of days now, isn't it?
Yeah.
They enjoy their time. They're loved up. Their boyfriend and girlfriend. It's great.
It's really good.
It's great.
Yeah. Heart racing moments, head turning pre-love fits. eBay with Love Island All Stars just keeps on giving. The villa may be heating up, but the pre-love moments, forever iconic. From Leanne stunning in a jaded London at her pre-love date, Millie reviving another jaded classic worn by Gabby during All Stars Season 2, to Curtis making his return bombshell entrance in the very same Dior shirt worn by Season 12's Cash. So for looks to fall for all over again, be sure to check out eBay, sponsors of Love Island All Stars. Now, before we get into last night's main episode, obviously there was a dumping and we are joined live from South Africa by our latest islanders who have sadly left the villa. It's Helena and Carrington.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
So great to see you guys. Now, I want to know, why did you both decide to do All Stars?
Yeah, I think it's just a good time in my life to go on a dating show. I think the first time I was 22, I really didn't know what I wanted. I had a mess of a situation, but everything emotionally, mentally, like spiritually is good right now. And I thought this is a perfect time to meet somebody across the pond and get a new adventure. And so I'm really happy about it.
I decided to do it. I mean, it probably looks a bit quick. I've done 2 in 6 months, which is a bit crazy work. But I feel like I was kind of, robbed from my experience last time. And I think I left on a really down note. And I think that although the whole series itself was amazing, I kind of just see it as the bad bit at the end. So for me, it was more of like, I want to do it again. I want to do it properly. Be more serious this time. I was just laughing everything off last time. And I just think I was just there to have fun last time. Whereas this time I was like, do you know what? I'm having fun, but I'm actually looking for something serious.
We can all agree that it was a very abrupt dumping. I mean, for both of you, were you guys shocked that you came in the bottom?
Yes and no. I feel like, obviously, we were a bit back and forth. Like, Carrington binned me off to begin with, and then I binned him off. And I think to a lot of people, unless you're inside the villa, I don't think you can see what is actually going on the whole time. So I think, like, maybe the public just didn't see us progressing or understand why I binned him off. And then he did the heart rate challenge, and suddenly I'm back. So I guess I can see it that way. But then as well, there's couples in there that they've only been couples for a few days.
That leads me nicely on to my next question, which is, who would you have put there instead of you?
Ooh. To be honest, I probably would have put in a newer couple like Tommy and Jessy. And I love Tommy, and I've been getting to know Jessy, and we've seen her personality, and I would say like she's a great girl. However, it just seemed fresh. I feel like we went through a rough patch here and there. Sure, that happens at times, so we can't all have a clean ride, but we were really getting to a good spot. I feel like everybody was noticing it. We were constantly with each other, constantly communicating. Just having, she couldn't. Just having a great time. And yeah, I don't know. It was very shocking to me, but also there's like a couple more days left. We're having a blast just being together. I feel like just a day alone even is kind of different than being 4 days in the villa with a bunch of people. So I'm content with leaving at that time, and I think she is as well.
Carrington, this one's for you. So we saw your relationship with Belle in Villa USA. Now, would you say that you were a little bit put off from Belle when you saw her reaction to Sean when you guys came back to Villa UK?
I would say so, yeah. I think even in Villa USA, you don't know how much time you have to kind of get to know somebody. And I feel like outside of the villa, you can take your time, but you don't have a lot of time in the villa at times. So I just really kind of put it all out there. I feel like it may have turned her off a little bit, but regardless, when I did go to the villa, seeing the kind of drama that unfolded, I don't think I could take, words like that like Sean can. He's a very strong man. I think I'd be really upset quickly, and I didn't love that.
Now, we need to talk about Jessy. Carrington, you were interested in getting to know her. What changed there?
What changed was maybe 4 hours later, we did the opinion game. And she had some very strong words for me and Helena. I don't know if everybody saw them or not, but basically Helena had relayed to Jessy, I feel like you went with Tommy because he was an easier option in the sense that he was a single person, right? And she fired back saying, your guy wants to get to know me, so he's an easy option. I could have him. And I'm just like, me wanting to get to know you shouldn't mean that I'm an easy option. Everybody's gotten to know everybody on every Love Island season. So I just thought the way she was speaking to Helena, it really pissed me off, if I'm being honest. And that's where I was just like, I'm not going to get to know you any further.
We love that.
We love
A
that.
guy that stands behind his woman. I mean, Helena, that literally goes into our next question. We saw you speaking to Maya, and you said that you thought that Jessy might have a bit of a game plan. What do you think she was trying to do that night, especially with Tommy? What do you think her whole plan is?
I just think in general, she obviously is a late bombshell. She knows she doesn't have long in there. And I just think being in the villa, she invested a lot of her time into everyone but Tommy. So for me, and then it came to the recoupling, she had to make a last minute decision, and then she falls back on Tommy and then spends the rest of her time speaking to everyone again but Tommy. And I'm just like, I know I've said it so many times, I'm so protective over him, but to me, it just looks like she was going in there, trying to see what she could suss out with, Zach, Carrington, didn't really get very far, fell back on Tommy, and then again, just involved herself in all the drama that she wasn't even there for.
I mean, we saw a few things on our side as well. So it makes sense how you can come to that decision, to be honest.
Obviously, you and Tommy were in the summer together and you have such a special relationship. What is it about him that you just love?
I think Tommy's just a really, really one-in-a-kind person. I think, he's young and stuff. He's just pure-hearted. He's so kind. He's as I said before, he's like a 6-year-old man in a 22-year-old's body. He's got such an old soul for a 22-year-old. He's way above his years. And I don't think you come by people like Tommy in life very often. And I just think he's deserves everything in this world. And obviously we were close on our last series, but I think going on All Stars together, it just really, really solidified our friendship. And yeah, he's just so special to me. I just love it, Stephen. I was so emotional when I left. Yeah. He was crying his eyes out.
Do we think that Tommy is catching feelings for Jessy?
They're both taking it at a very slow pace.
Okay.
They are moving. They're definitely moving. I think to begin with, they weren't doing any progress whatsoever. And I think that was because Tommy was a little bit inside his shell. He's been knocked back quite a few times in there. I don't think he's really had a connection in there, like a proper one. But I would say at the last couple of days, I mean, they've been kissing in bed. I did tell him to do it, but...
Go on. One little stroke, you can do it.
I asked Jessy first and she was like, no, like it's got to come from him. So I was like, Tommy, they used to kiss this night in bed. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen progress over there, like with them two over the last couple of days. So I hope so. Tommy just deserves, I mean, everyone in there deserves to be happy and deserves to find someone that wants to be with them. But I just think Tommy deserves the absolute world.
What is both of you guys' plans moving forward?
I mean, this was the plan. I guess things could change. But me, Yaman, and Zach are getting Airbnb in the UK. Her, Whit, and Mills are like 10 minutes apart each. So I'm like, that's perfect. We were going to go there anyways, regardless of what happened. But now that we have these lovely girls to speak with and show us around, chauffeur us to the pubs and wherever we go, I think it's just going to be an amazing time. So I'm looking forward to that UK quickly.
Oh,
Yeah, that's lovely.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Now, the $1 million question. You've also watched last night's episode as well. Why won't Scott lock it off with Leanne?
Yeah, I think Scott is being very unsexy right now. I want to tell him that. Like, to a woman, she doesn't want to hear, I want to think about this logistically. She wants to hear, I want to be your man, you know? And we've all told him that in small chit chats here and there, but he just needs to stop worrying so much about the future. You got to take it day by day. Like, that's the one mistake I made my first season. I was like, oh, I don't know if we can have, you want 3 kids? Oh, I want 4. It's not going to work. Like, stop worrying about the future and focus on right now. If you like her and she wants to be your girl and you want to be her guy, then just do it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it works, then that's great. But don't think so logistically about it. Like, it's just be romantic, you know? I just want to yell that at him right now. But I think he'll figure it out hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, to be honest. I mean, we've been saying the same thing in the studio. Just go with it. You know,
Follow
it's
your heart.
working.
And our phrase that pays the whole podcast over the years is always, it's not legally binding.
It's not.
If you change your mind, you can break up. It's fine.
You know, there's no
I
marriage
think
favors.
he's just overthinking it too much.
Yeah.
I think he's like thinking about, this and that on the outside world. And it's just like, do you know what got me was when he went, there's a difference between closed off and exclusive. What is there?
Is there?
What is it?
What
even is exclusive?
Yeah.
It's honestly it's a villa term that we keep using. And I just think, you're in the last week. You like, as Whit's been saying this, I was like, we are exclusive.
Yeah.
They're like, even they know they're exclusive. They're not going off anyone else. Sometimes I think the whole like performance around going exclusive, and you know, I mean, you made the plate for sure, didn't you? Bless you, the other night. Yeah. It all just seems a bit performative at times.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's like Sammy and Kieran, you won't have seen yet, but she might have told you. Sammy and Kieran was like the least performative, probably in Love Island history. They happened to be like sat together and they were like, do you want to meet anyone else? No. Do you want to meet anyone else? No. Okay, so that's us. That's us then.
And that's how it should be done. It doesn't need to have swings and roundabouts towards it and loads of strawberries and chocolate. Like, just close it off and go to bed.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been absolutely having you on. And honestly, we can't wait to see where your journey goes. It's been great.
Awesome. It was lovely to meet you all.
Thank
you.
Thank you, girlies.
Bye. Oh, that was so lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
Oh my God. I think they could go the distance, you know.
Do you know, it's always so nice speaking to people once they like come out, because you really get to see the real them, and it's like they are defo together. I think it's gonna work. Brilliant vibes, brilliant chemistry.
Yeah, I think when they get interviewed by Maya, obviously they're on 2 separate armchairs.
Yes.
When we see them, obviously they're like snuggled
I know,
together
cozy.
in front of the webcam. I love
Carrington
it.
just finished buttoning up his shirt.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Also, did you notice he like kept like tapping her on the back?
And the way that she like looked
They look at each other.
him.
It was
I'm
lovely.
really bought in. I'm really bought into them.
We spoke to them obviously about why Scott and Leanne would not lock it off. But that was a big thing in last night's episode. I feel like he told everyone about it, and then he told Leanne about 4 times about, you know, it's the logistics. Have you met my family? You know, being in here, it only takes you so far. It takes you to the outside. Logistics, plans. I'm sick of it, personally. Why do you think Scott won't lock it off? There's no more bomb. Like, the door is locked.
We know
like,
that.
It's a one-way door now. The only way is out.
Sure,
like, nobody's coming in. Like literally,
You're not at risk. There's no more tests.
No, it's not.
And you know that.
It's an exit door.
Yeah.
I really don't know because I look at him and I think, producer Scott, lock in. Now's your chance.
Do you know what? I just think he's overthinking it. He's doing too much. Like you said, the door is closed. The only way is out. Like literally touching on what Carrington said, you're not being sexy. If you just go with the flow, not even go with the flow, you guys together, you both like each other, there's no pressure. It's okay if you guys get together now and it doesn't work on the outside. Leanne can still meet your mum. She can still go to Wales. You can still come to London. Like, you can do everything. It doesn't matter. I think he's being far too logistical, like everybody says. And it's like, this is Love Island, actually. It's about love. If you both like each other, lock it in and be done with it.
Yeah, because also it's sometimes about intention. Like, it's about what you intend to do. And he keeps saying, he talks around things a lot, Scott, without actually ever getting to his point. And I think all we need to know from you is, do you intend to be with me? I think his answer, if he's honest, is yes.
Yeah.
So just do it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, when you said producer Scott, I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, we've said all series that, you know, he knows what's going on. He's got like certain points to hit, and he knows how he wants to play the game. But like, surely that's like, you go and buy some fireworks from the beach hut or something. I don't know, like beg them to get you some sort of like 400 roses. Like, that is what we should be seeing from producer Scott. I find it so weird that we're not.
I think that maybe what happened was, if I was to really deep it, he saw Sean and Lucinda and he was like, oh shit,
I've missed my chance.
I missed my chance, and now she's going to be asking, which, by the way, she didn't.
Yeah.
Like, Scott, no one asked, actually, to be honest with you.
And to be fair, she did say, when she was talking to Millie at the fire pit, Millie said, does he know you want a gesture? Does he know you want...
But a gesture is not, do you
not
want to be my
asking.
girlfriend? A gesture could be like, I don't know.
Do you want a coffee?
Make me too...
Every day for the last 5 weeks.
Or like, I don't know, like that little fruit plate that Tommy made. Like,
I don't think Leanne would like that.
I don't think many people would like that.
No.
Indiyah, it's okay.
I just think, like Leanne said, she's 28. Like, of course she wants to be in a relationship. All this exclusive stuff is absolute BS because, again, who else are you going to be speaking to other than me? I don't need to know the obvious. I think she just wants Scott to be 100% for her and say that. And actually it is, will you be my girlfriend? Because again, what else are we going to be? And I think he's taking it so deep. She's not asking for your hand in marriage. It's just sort of like, after being in the villa for like 4 weeks and it's only us talking to each other, the next stage is to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And again, if we leave and it doesn't work out, nobody's going to die. Nobody's going to die.
Like, maybe that's why he's not doing it, because he really is like, it's that deep.
Do we think Scott's got trust issues? Or do we think I do think he doesn't want to rush into anything though. I think that's what's holding him back.
But that's what I mean. Maybe he's scared of like, wait, maybe this is like a bit too like, you know, publicly binding for my liking.
I get that in the sense. And like, obviously he's not met her parents, vice versa. And for some people, it's like, actually, I want you to go out to dinner with my mum first and just take it slow.
But if that was you, would that stop you? Because it's
I
like,
was a girlfriend in there, honey.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, what's stopping?
It was a half girlfriend.
I was girlfriend in there.
It's half girlfriend exclusive.
I think that was exclusive before it was exclusive. Unfortunately, it never caught on.
Half girlfriend. They could learn a thing or two from you.
Unfortunately, the half girlfriend on day 13, it never caught on.
When you pay for aeroplane, Scott, there's always the option of a
Half
half
girlfriend. Exactly. But I think, what a great story. I would love to tell someone, like, we went boyfriend and girlfriend, and then we sat next to each other for 12 hours on a plane. And as the seatbelt sign came off, we were like, do you know what? It's been lovely getting to know you. I think this is where we go our separate ways. I would find that a hilarious story to tell.
Yeah.
I wonder, when you say about trust, it makes me think maybe it's not his trust in other people, it's, does he trust himself? Like, I worry that maybe because of the way his mind works, does he have to be 100% sure? And if he has that slight bit of doubt, whether that's his mum or the fact that she hasn't visited Wales, whatever it is, it's doubt. And that makes him not trust himself, and he doesn't want to let her down, because I really do think he likes her.
It was so weird how he then opened with, I date for marriage.
I know.
Like,
that was,
you know, genuinely,
I
think
date
Scott
marriage,
is
but...
overthinking the whole thing.
I agree.
I think he's overthinking the whole thing. Even with him saying like, oh, look, exclusive takes us to the outside. You're not doing anything in the villa. So I think that's kind of what he's getting at. It's just sort of like, why are we putting these labels on ourselves when we're not even doing anything in here? Of course we're exclusive in here. There's no there's no sort of like,
I take issue
there's no
with that,
temptation,
though.
there's no nothing.
Because it's like, in theory, the temptation on the outside should be completely irrelevant.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's like, that's a bad, that's a bad excuse.
He's overthinking it.
It takes us to the outside. Inside, outside,
Inside
locked
is
up,
the
upside
outside.
down, upside down. It doesn't fucking matter.
We're breathing oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is overthinking it. I do think he does like Leanne, but I think he's taken this all way too seriously. Like, Whitney was even saying to him, look, take it slow, chill, take it a day at a time.
It's mad, isn't it? Because he's got Whitney, and like Whitney is his friend on the outside, so it's not like he's got no one who really knows him.
Yeah.
She's like Leanne's wifey.
Yeah.
I wonder what like a phone call from home would do for him. Like one chat with his mum on Zoom and her saying, I love Leanne, he'd probably be head first.
Sometimes you do need that as well.
Yeah.
You need someone to like validate it because you're like, wait, am I
in
real?
a bubble?
Do you think it's a bit of an insecurity thing? Because he's now worried that he's now not at the front of the race to the final. He had so many opinions on Sean and Lucinda. It was like, well, it's too soon, it's too soon, it's too soon. And you're like, well, if it's too soon for you, it might not be too soon for them. I've got friends that got engaged after like 8 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Still married now, 10 years later. For the right person, it will never be too soon. Do you think that was him like, oh God, like you say, I've missed my chance. And now they're ahead.
Potentially,
and then that text comes through and it's like they're the top couple. And it's like they've edged that further bit forward. In my mind, I'm picturing like a running track with them all on it. Just so you know.
A part of me also does think as well, as much as Scott likes to go on like he doesn't care about what people think, he does.
He cares
And I think he cares about what the outside think, he cares about what his friends think, and he cares about what Leanne thinks. And I think obviously like him seeing Sean and Lucinda now becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, he's now thinking, oh crap, now this has happened. Now Leanne's going to think I'm not interested and, because I've not asked her out. So I think, again, he's overthinking and he's caring too much about the outside noise and he's not just focusing on himself. And Leanne, like if you know you like Leanne, doesn't matter when you ask her to be your girlfriend. Obviously, don't wait like 100 years.
Yeah, sure.
But, it doesn't matter. You guys got a few days left in the villa. Work at your own pace. Leanne just wants to know that you're all for her and it's all daisies and roses. Don't worry about it.
If Sean was someone that we knew he had genuine concern for and like really cared for and liked and it was genuinely coming from, are you sure? Like, is the love you a bit fast?
Yeah.
But it's just coming from a kind of like critical judgment zone that's really, as you kept saying, no one asked.
No one asked.
No
At
one
no
asked.
point has Scott like pulled Sean for a chat and been like, hey bro, I think maybe you should slow down.
Yeah.
He's never done that.
No.
So I think it's just a sort of like, oh crap, now I'm scared of what people are going to think about me and my situation.
Yeah, so I'm going to make it look like that's a bad decision.
Yeah.
Like that was a bad decision, so that's not something I should do. It's almost like he's saying, I really want my thing to work on the outside, so I'm not rushing it, and that's the better thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, no need, let them.
Yeah.
Let them be in their lane.
Let them.
Let them say love you after 5 minutes. If that works for them, it works for them.
And also, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But like,
Exactly.
that's honestly not going to affect your life one bit.
Not your business.
Yeah, stay in your lane.
I mean, what did we think about the whole chat with Leanne and Scott when he was saying, look, on the outside, I'm definitely not going to be finding girls attractive. And it's just sort of like, again, I just feel like he digs himself a hole and he doesn't need to be there.
Even Leanne said, let's get to the point.
Let's get to the point.
Let's get to
Stop
the
telling
point,
me the obvious
brother.
thing.
Because I think he said I won't be making a move on other women, but I will find other women attractive. And it's
I
like,
will appreciate other women.
yes, say less words.
Say less.
See, I mean, say less, but also I do think that is actually fine.
No, it's
Yeah,
such
like-
a fair
That's
point,
fine,
but
but
it's
you don't
so
need to
unnecessary.
say it. I think just think it.
Do you know what it is with Scott? I do feel like he has a hard time being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the midst of trying to be vulnerable, it comes out as word vomit. And then he's saying all these things, just trying to be open and honest. But sometimes when you're being too honest, it's a bit like, oh, thanks for the honesty.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually want to hear that.
Which is
Do you know
where
what I
I
mean?
really rate Leanne.
Yeah,
'Cause I
she
think
she
handles
understands
him.
that, yeah.
Like they kind of speak the same language
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like jump down his throat. She lets him kind of unravel his thoughts. And then when he's kind of snowballing, she just stops him.
She stops him randomly. She's like, hey, let's get back on track here. Stop it.
Yeah.
I also feel like Scott, when he was talking to the boys, I mean, this is like quite generalized for boys and girls in general, but like girls like talk about things like 100 times before they actually have the conversation with Troy. So like by the time they come to the conversation, they've got the script locked in.
Yeah.
We know what we're saying.
Yeah. Whereas Scott, when he was talking to the other boys, he wasn't talking about Leanne, he was talking about Sean and Lucinda. And so it was like he was only really processing what he actually wanted to say when he was sat in front of her. And that's why it all came out a bit jumbled, because I don't actually think he knows what he wants to fucking say.
Yeah, to be honest, the last conversation I had was with Whitney, and then he came over to Leanne, and she's sort of like, you didn't even come in with a plan, did you? You didn't come in with a plan.
No.
You know?
Get the script locked in.
I think Scott is a confusing one, you know. I think he's got good intentions. I think both of them, to be honest, Leanne and Scott, they don't do well with their delivery. Even like Leanne saying that she wants this big grand gesture, but then was okay with Scott just being like, we're together.
Yeah, you're so right.
Like, what do you guys want?
Yeah.
What's grand about that?
You know? So I think they understand each other in their cute little funky way. So, hey,
You, me.
together.
That's it.
That's it. The end. The end. That's it for this morning. This final week is already epic. Ali and G, we come back tomorrow?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yay. And make sure that you keep leaving us comments for our bonus episodes. And don't forget, you can join me live next week on TikTok and Instagram for the final, all the way in South Africa.
I'll be watching.
So will we.
See you tomorrow.